Hi, I'm Doug Boles, president of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Thank you for listening to Behind the Bricks. We're excited to bring you this exclusive and entertaining content about the world's greatest racetrack. Keep listening, and I hope you enjoy this episode.
Hey, Indianapolis Motor Speedway fans, Doug Boles here with you for another episode of Behind the Bricks. You know, we've talked about our golf course in a couple previous episodes. You got to check them out. We've talked also about the golf course building over there and the people that have played this golf course. But today, we want to talk to you a little bit about the water that's inside the Indianapolis Motor Speedway that's here because of the golf course. So come with us. We're going to show you some cool things about our golf course water and maybe pick out a few of these balls that some of you have hit into this water when you've been teeing off at the 8th hole. So the lake here in the middle of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, it's a little less than a quarter mile in length, about 1,200 feet or so. At its widest point, it's about 150 feet wide, and that peninsula over my right shoulder, that's the narrowest point, around 70 feet. The lake itself on the north end is 14 feet deep. It starts pretty shallow here on the south end, and it's lined as it goes forward. But why is the lake here? Well, when Carl Fisher bought the Speedway in 1909, he wanted flat land, and this place was flat. But when Pete Dye came to design the new golf course, he did it in the early 90s, he needed elevation. Well, in order for us to get that, we had to excavate an awful lot of dirt from here. It left this lake, but it made our 18-hole golf course amazing with some cool elevation change. But did you know there are two things here in this lake that connect to our road course and to the oval? Come with me, let's check it out. So just about the time the golf course was completed, we took the retaining wall down in 1993 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This lake actually has the retaining wall on its side on the entire west side of the lake. I'm standing right now on what's on the east side of the lake. So in 2013, when we prepared the road course for the first IndyCar Grand Prix in 2014, we took out the old F1 curbing and we put it along the entire east side of this golf course. This curbing was put here to make sure that the erosion on the east side was able to be under control. The oval wall that's over on the west side was there to keep the golf course from falling back into the lake. In addition to the larger lake that starts there right at hole 8, there are actually two other bodies of water here inside the Indianapolis Motor Speedway that retain water. One of them is right behind me. What's really cool about this particular piece of water is I'm standing at hole 7. When Pete Dye designed this hole, he wanted it to feel like it was really, really tall, but he couldn't add enough dirt on top of it. So they dug out about 5 feet below the surface. That's actual groundwater right there coming up through the bottom of that lake. We have to pump it constantly. The water is always going back to that main lake. If it rains, the slope down here fills that up. If our pump goes out, we'd be swimming right here. So the other lake or pond that's here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is actually on the back side of the backstretch right behind me. It was also put in here when the golf course was being developed. We use that water quite a bit as well around the facility when we're trying to make sure that we get our grass ready and we're taking care of everybody who's coming to play golf. So inside the 2.5 mile oval here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is this almost oval shaped 4+ acres lake here at the Speedway. One of those cool things that makes the Speedway so special. You may have even seen Rutledge Wood last year during the Indy 500 broadcast on TV in his swan boat inside this lake. Ryan Newman fished here, caught lots of fish when he's come here for Brickyard weekends. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Behind the Bricks and learning about all the cool things, even the things that aren't racing, that take place at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. See you soon.
Thank you, fans, for listening to this episode of Behind the Bricks. We look forward to bringing you more exciting content about the Indianapolis Motor Speedway soon.